Little People Big World star Isabel Roloff has finally broken the long silence that surrounded the famous Roloff farms after the shocking cancellation of the beloved TLC reality show in late 2024. For nearly 2 decades, millions of viewers tuned in every season to watch the extraordinary lives of the Roloff family unfold on their picturesque 109-acre property in Helvetia, Oregon. The series, which began in 2006, documented the daily joys, struggles, triumphs, and tensions of Matt and Amy Roloff raising their 4 children, 3 of average height and 1 little person, Zach, while navigating life with dwarfism themselves. The farm, with its iconic pumpkin patch, elaborate western town play area, towering tree forts, pirate ship, and the famous pumpkin trebuchet, became as much a character on the show as the family members themselves. When TLC abruptly pulled the plug after 25 seasons and over 400 episodes, fans were left heartbroken and, more importantly, in the dark about what happened next on the farm that had felt like a second home to so many. For an entire year, social media remained unusually quiet from the Roloff clan. Matt posted the occasional scenic photo, Amy shared inspirational quotes and updates about her new life with husband Chris Marek. Zach and Tori focused on their 3 children and occasional sponsored posts, and Jeremy and Audrey built their lifestyle brand far from Oregon soil. But Jacob Roloff and his wife Isabel, long the most private branch of the family tree, had gone almost completely silent since the birth of their son Mateo in December 2021. That all changed this past week when Isabel, now 28, took to TikTok with a candid, no makeup, straight from the barn video that instantly went viral among the still devoted LPBW fandom. In the now famous clip, viewed more than 4.7 million times in under 96 hours, Isabel sat cross-legged on a hay bale, Mateo playing quietly nearby with a toy tractor, and delivered what fans are calling the most honest update anyone in the Roloff family has given since the show ended. "Hi everyone," she began, pushing her long auburn hair behind her ears and smiling softly at the camera. "I know it's been a really long time since we've talked openly about life here, and I've seen so many questions and rumors flying around. I just want to clear some things up because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about what living on Roloff farms actually looks like in 2025. She took a deep breath and dove right into the topic that has haunted the family for years: ownership of the farm. "First and most importantly, Jacob and I do not own the farm. Jacob has never owned the farm. The farm is still 100% owned by Matt Roloff. Always has been, still is today." The statement was simple, but it landed like a thunderclap in the comment section, where thousands of fans had spent years speculating that Jacob, the youngest son who famously quit the show in 2016 citing exploitation, had been quietly gifted the property as a peace offering. Isabel continued, "We live here because Matt allows us to. We rent the big farmhouse that used to belong to Amy is now a short-term rental, and the smaller house that Jacob grew up in was torn down a few years ago. We actually live in one of the guest houses that was originally built for visitors during pumpkin season. We pay rent, just like anyone else would. It's our home, and we're incredibly grateful to have it, but it's not ours." The revelation stunned longtime viewers who remembered the emotional 2022 seasons where Zach and Tori attempted to purchase the north side of the property for $4 million, only to see negotiations collapse spectacularly on camera. That failed deal triggered the most public feud between Matt and Zach that many believe contributed heavily to the show's eventual demise. What Isabel shared next painted a vivid picture of daily life on the farm now that the cameras are gone. Jacob works full-time maintaining the property. He's out there every single day, rain or shine, fixing fences, running the tractor, prepping fields, dealing with irrigation issues, you name it. This year alone he grew over 60,000 pounds of pumpkins completely by himself. That's not an exaggeration, we weighed every trailer load that went out for sales. She laughed and gestured toward the sprawling fields behind her. People see the pretty pictures during October and think it's all fun and games, but growing that many pumpkins is backbreaking work from March through November. Isabel then explained her own role on the property. "I'm primarily in charge of the animals. We have chickens, ducks, goats, sheep, a couple of miniature horses, and donkeys, and of course the big draft horses that pull the wagon rides. Feeding, cleaning, medical care, birthing season, it's constant. And I do all of it while primarily caring for Mateo. The young mother became emotional when talking about raising her 4-year-old son on the same land where her husband and his siblings grew up. This place is magic for kids. Mateo wakes up and the first thing he wants to do is go feed the goats or ride in the tractor with Daddy. He doesn't know anything about television shows or paparazzi or family drama. He just knows this is Nono Matt's farm and that he gets to run wild in the same fields his dad did. Isabel wiped away a tear and added, "That's why, despite everything, we're still here. Because this land is in Jacob's blood, and now it's in Mateo's too." She then addressed the elephant in the room that every LPBW fan has wondered about since the cancellation. Do the brothers still speak? Do family gatherings still happen? Isabel was remarkably transparent. Yes, everyone still comes together for holidays. Thanksgiving 2025 was actually really beautiful. Matt hosted at his house, Amy and Chris came with most of the grandkids, Jeremy and Audrey drove down from Battleground, and we all ate together like we always have. Zach and Jackson couldn't make it because they were in Europe for an international Little People soccer tournament, but they FaceTimed during Pie. She emphasized that while hurt feelings from the 2021-2022 farm sale fallout still linger, especially between Matt and Zach, the grandchildren have forced the adults to maintain civility. Mateo and Josiah and Lilla and Bode and Ember and Radley and Mira, none of them care who owns what acreage. They just want to play together in the treehouse their grandpa built. Perhaps the most surprising part of Isabel's video came when she revealed the current state of the famous Roloff farmhouse. After Amy moved out following her 2016 divorce from Matt, the 5,000-square-foot home sat mostly empty except during filming. In 2023, Matt made the controversial decision to convert it into a luxury short-term rental, charging up to $2,500 per night during pumpkin season. Amy admitted on her podcast last year that seeing her former kitchen booked by strangers on Airbnb broke my heart a little. Isabel confirmed the rental is still operating at full capacity. The big house is purely a business now. Tourists stay there, take photos on the front porch, propose in the gazebo, have family reunions. It's actually booked solid through December 2026 already. She added thoughtfully, "I think Matt needed to make that choice to protect the farm financially. Property taxes on 109 acres in Washington County are insane, and pumpkin season only brings in money 3 months a year, and maintaining all the structures their dad built over 30 years is incredibly expensive." Isabel wrapped up the nearly 9-minute video by thanking fans for their continued support even though the show is gone.